everybody. So, I've been wondering what my first vlog subject would be. I've been putting on the videos on the channel for a while about my running. I thought the first one can be about the marathon training that I'll be going through. Yes, the marathon. The San Francisco Marathon to be held on July 25th this year. I signed up for it. It's gonna be my first marathon. And I was wondering what kind of training would I go through. So I did some research. I'm gonna break my marathon training into two parts. The first part is gonna be the aerobic base build-up because I have plenty of time. It's gonna be in July. It's like 6 months away from now, almost. And the later part is going to be my actual marathon training. For the aerobic base build-up, I'm gonna follow Sage Canada's the Sage running aerobic base building plan. It's a free plan that Sage offers on his website. Shout out to Sage Canada for that. And for the marathon training, I'm gonna use the Hale Higdon's Intermediate 2 plan. The Hale Higdon, I've used Hale Higdon plans in the past for half marathon training. I believe I used the Intermediate 2 for that as well, and I'm going to do Intermediate 2 for the marathon training as well. Mind you, this is my first marathon. Hill does say that if it's going to be your first marathon, try to use the beginner plan 1, 2, or maybe Intermediate 1 as well. But I think I looked up some of the description that he had on the Intermediate 2 training plan, and I thought I should be able to take up that load. Especially, I've been building up on my base and speed and whatnot over the past year or so. All right, so just a glimpse or overview of Sage's aerobic base building plan. It starts with it's a 9-week plan with first week ranging from 18 to 22 miles. This was the end of the first week for me. I believe I did 22 miles this week. You could take a look at my Strava or follow me on Strava to see what I go through. The next week is going to be 21 to 25, followed by 24 to 28, and then drops down to 20 to 23, 26 to 30. Basically, at the end of the 9th week, you're going to be doing 35 to 40 miles a week, which I've been doing for a while. But I'll just start a bit lower and then gradually build up, then take a rest, and then start my marathon training. That way, the body is rested, and I follow through the cycles, the curves, the way you should be training. What else? I mean, this is Sage's plan has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days a week that they go through in some shape or form of training. The longest distance that he has on the plan is 9 to 10 miles. Yeah, the longest one is 9 to 10 miles. It's not too bad. I mean, I've pushed up to like 17 miles not too long ago. The longest run I've done is about 20 miles. Should be able to take 9 to 10 miles. The key to it is slow running. That's the hard part, believe it or not. The other thing this plans don't say, and I have to stress, like earlier when I followed the Hale Higdon plan, I did not do much exercise. The core, the leg work. When you're undergoing training for an event, you shouldn't be doing leg work, but at least core is extremely important. That's going to protect your back, and it's going to give you speed as well. So this time I'm going to bake into my training at least 2 to 3 times a week of core training. And while I'm going through the aerobic base plan, there I will probably fit in a day, maybe 2, of leg work as well, because it's nothing strenuous. This plan is on the lighter side. Most of the runs are easy runs and long runs. There's fartleks in between, and there are some strides, easy like 100-meter strides, nothing crazy, that are around in this plan. So should be able to do some leg work training I use this app called Home Workouts for doing my workouts. It has pretty good leg work, and I also use stretch bands, resistance bands for training. Probably one of these days I'll upload a workout video so that you guys get to see what helps, what doesn't help. I learned it the hard way because every time I've not done exercise and I'll try to run longer distances, I always end up hurting my back for some reason, lower back, and that's the most common problem that most runners have. Now, I'm not an elite, and even for a non-elite, I'm on the slower side of the spectrum. My quickest half marathon is 1 hour 44 minutes, and the fastest 5K is 22 minutes. I don't remember exactly what my 10K is, but it would be somewhere around 46 minutes mark. Don't quote me on that, I'll correct myself. So I'm not the strongest or fastest of runners, but even this year, like last year, sorry, 2020, I was able to do about 1,600 miles in a year without any injury. And I would attribute that to two things. One is exercise, the other is rest. And I was, as I said, the longest distance that I run was 20 miles. So that's decent. So that's the key. So do exercise and do rest if you plan on doing the extra long workouts. Those are the keys. What else? Yeah, so I'll be putting links to the plans that I'm gonna follow in the description of the video. Take a look, see if it interests you. If you plan on running San Francisco Marathon or half marathon or 10K, put down in the comments if you're interested in doing. You can put my referral code if you want, or I could share my referral code if you want. All right, I'll keep on posting. Try to do once a week, just to say how the week went and what I learned from the week. This, like I said, this was the end of first week for me. I think the lesson that I'm going to carry from this week is I'm going to have to go a little bit slower. My target pace is going to be 8:35 for the marathon. Most of the runs I did was around the same mark. I should be going slower, especially when we are building the aerobic base. Just had one slow run, a marathon run, which was I was quite happy about that. But the other runs were at the race pace mark, which should be slightly slower than that. So I'll try to fix that next week. All right, until then, cheers.